Hi guys, and welcome back to the Cassie projects. In today's video we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be painting on Russian dolls. These are blank Russian dolls. They've got nothing on them. They are just naked wood, and I am going to be painting on each one of these Russian dolls. The idea that I had was to showcase different artists and their most famous paintings. I thought it could be educational as well as nice to look at. I'm going to do 5 very famous artists that we've all heard of, most people have heard of. So we've got Dali, Salvador Dali, and I'm going to do that melting clocks one, I think on the big one because there's quite a lot of detail there. We're going to do Starry Night by Van Gogh on this one. I'm going to be doing, let me remember that, Edvard Munch. I think I've got that right. Is it Edvard Munch? I'm gonna check that. Edvard Munch. Edvard. His famous painting, the Scream. And then on this tiny little one, wait, something isn't quite right here. Now, we were talking about Edvard Munch, which was supposed to be the 3rd one, and now we're on the 5th one. We've missed out a little poison. Let's go back a second. We were on the 3rd one, and then I got confused. I forgot what his name, well, I knew what his name was, but I weren't sure what his name was, so then I googled it, and then I picked up the 4th one, thinking that we were on the 4th one, and now I thought we were on the 5th one, but we're not on the 5th one. We're on the 4th one. The 4th one is Pablo Picasso. and now we can talk about the 5th one. Okay, go. And then on this tiny little one will be a Monet painting. I can't remember what it's called. I'll show you when I'm doing it. So yes, this will be my collection of artists and their famous paintings. And I'm really excited to do this. So let's do it. Okay, so here is my lovely Russian dolls. I'm going to take them out so you can see them all in a line, and because it's fun. And now I'm going to show you them all in half because that is also fun. So what I'm going to be doing is marking out the size of the piece of paper that would wrap around the Russian doll, as I'm showing you here. This will give me an idea of how big the painting will be on each piece. Okay, bear with me. This is confusing, but it helps. It helps. So I've drawn out all the pictures on each of the different sizes of paper to match up with the Russian doll. Then what I'm going to be doing is putting the piece of paper around the Russian doll and then just marking bit by bit of where I need the little features to go. Because I thought if I'm just painting around a circle, I might do it too stretched, I might do it too thin. I just thought it might help the process. So here I am sketching all the pictures just to help me out a little bit. Oh, and I'm also going to paint the Russian dolls with white gesso. Why am I doing this? I'm not really sure. Because everyone else does. Does it work? Is it any better than acrylic paint? I don't know. But I use the gesso and I let that one dry. Okay, so here we have the biggest one. So as I was just talking about a minute ago, this is the one I'm going to do the Dali piece on. And I'm going to wrap my lovely little sketch around it. And then I'm going to mark those little bits around the Russian doll just to help me get the right perspective and so on. I hope that makes sense. And then I'm going to go in and draw the sketch again on all of the Russian dolls, do the same sort of process on each of them, and we should have some beautiful sketches. So I've sketched them all out and they're looking really good, which has made me quite nervous about painting them because I want them to look this good, but with paint on them. Do you know what I mean? You know, it's all gone well up to this point. I don't want it to go badly. Okay, so, I don't know if anyone's tried this before. I'm sure there is people that have tried it. I tried YouTubing it, but I couldn't really find much stuff. I really want to try watercolour on this one. I don't know if watercolour will sit on the wood. It's got gesso on there and can you do watercolour on gesso? I don't even know. I don't know what's going to happen. I might just try and do the background with watercolour and see if it works. With Monet, it just seems so... Do you know what that means? That kind of like... I don't know, I feel like the acrylic paint's going to be too bold. I don't know. I want to try watercolour. I like watercolour. Worst comes to worst, I'll just go over it with acrylic paint. So I'm going to do it. Why not? This is what this channel's about. It's the Cassie projects. We try things. There it is. Might have actually worked. It's quite unusual because the water kind of just felt like it was dripping off it at first. It's dried really quick actually and it's like really absorbed into the wood and I'm liking the look that it's giving. Let's keep going. This is quite exciting. Watercolour on wood. Yes, I like it. Because I was so happy with the outcome of the watercolour, I thought I'm actually going to use the watercolour for all of them and then just add any extra details with the acrylic later. With the Picasso one, it ended up being pretty much all in watercolour because it just worked. I really genuinely didn't think I'd be able to do this with the watercolour, but because I could keep building the colour and darken the colours by building on top of it, I don't know, it just worked beautifully and I'm really pleased with it. I really am. So with the Scream, I did the very basics with the watercolour. I really enjoyed doing the sky in particular, blending the reds and the oranges and the yellows together, and then just getting just those base colours on the main features like the screaming face and so on. And then I'm going to go in with some acrylic paint pens in just a little bit. And then I'm going to move on to the Starry Night again. I just wanted to get that base colour down. So with the Van Gogh one, I wanted to just lightly do the colours, because I'm going to use my acrylic paint pens for this one. On the actual painting, he uses lots of little lines to create that Van Gogh style. To make it more accurate looking, I wanted to do that. So I've literally just done very light layer on the background, and then I'm going to go over with my acrylic paint pens. I'm liking it, by the way. It's going pretty well. As you can see, the acrylic paint pens just worked with this. The style that Van Gogh has with the lots of brush strokes, I just couldn't get that effect with the watercolour, so I'm really pleased that I did this, and it really stands out now that it's finished. It's really beautiful. Okay, so here is the screen. As you can see, I haven't done those fine details yet because I wanted to do that with the acrylic paint pens as well. So I'm just going in, drawing in the face, drawing on a bit of the darker shades on the fence, and then I actually decided to go in with the acrylic paint pens on the sky as well, because again, like Van Gogh, you can see the brush strokes on the painting, and I think the acrylic paint pens really give that effect, so it just makes it look a little bit more accurate to the painting itself. Okay, so this Starry one I think was the hardest one out of all of them. I don't know if it's because it was a larger piece, I had a lot more colour to add, or if it's just because it's so different from the Van Gogh and the Munch one. It's a lot more smooth and it's harder to get that effect with the watercolour and with the acrylic paint pens. But I wanted to do it anyway and use these mediums because I'd used it on all the others. So I went in with the watercolour and just did a very base layer, let it dry, and then build up with more colour. I also used my acrylic paint pens just to add those finishing details and make everything really stand out, like the Darley's one. It was hard, it took time, but I'm really, really pleased with the outcome, and again, it is one of my favourites. now I've done the painting, I want to preserve it as long as possible, so I'm going to put a crystal clear protective coat by Rust-Oleum on there.
It seals, protects, enhances.
I'm really scared about doing this, because what if it ruins it? I'm gonna try it out and I just hope I don't ruin all my beautiful work. I was thinking about using like decoupage glue to do it, but I was just like, I want it to be quite hardy. I'm gonna spray this on, leave it 30 minutes and then do another coat after 30 minutes. Wish me luck. Okay, so once I had done a bit of the spray painting, I also wanted to sort out the bottom parts of the Russian dolls. So as you can see, there was a big ugly sticker on there, so I had to remove that, and then I wanted to get my gesso out and just paint the bottom part in the white gesso. I ended up doing 2 coats of this to cover up any of the splodges of watercolour that were there and so on. So I did that, let it dry, and then I went on to sign in the bottom of each of the Russian dolls, which was quite difficult to fit on that little tiny one, but I managed it, quite pleased. And then finally I went over that with the spray sealant, whatever it's called. So here is the finished piece. I am so proud of this. It took a lot of work, but it's exactly what I wanted it to look like, and I will most certainly display this for all to see because I'm so proud of it. If you are creative and you love arts and crafts and drawing and so on, feel free to join us in my Facebook group. This is called Cassie's Creative Art Club, and it is for anyone that would like to share their work or just be inspired by others. Okay, so this week's creation, which was shared to my Facebook page, is this wonderful cushion made by Rebecca. She has also got an Instagram, so feel free to check her out at Rebecca's Crafting Corner. I absolutely love this cushion. I think she's done an amazing job. Also, random comment of the week is from Sue Cooper. She says, loving all your Create This book pages. You're very clever. Really enjoying your channel. An adorable puppy too. Thank you so much, Sue. That means so much to me, and thank you for all your support. If you haven't already, guys, feel free to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any other videos, and I'll see you next week. Bye!